Great atmosphere again. I can't say enough about the Marching Chiefs taking another night. It's not just come out for a few innings. They were here from 5 o'clock until 9:30, and goes a long way. And I think people that get to experience them here and how engaged they were with what's going on in the game. David was amazing to get him out here. And those musicians have other commitments. It's not just the football games and the basketball, and in our case, they have other things that they do musically. So I can't thank them enough for participating in this. The crowd was great. This is how you would draw it up. And you add them into the equation, it's really a very unique event. Good ball game. Two good teams going at it. Their starting pitcher did a really nice job, really tough. That's some tough stuff. I was pleased with the quality of the hanging in there with the at-bats because it's not easy against some of the arms. They have a great variety of arms. You saw them really match up well. I thought our guys responded to that. Lauk threw strikes. He got hurt in some counts where you shouldn't get hurt, but I think through the growth of this, he'll learn, and that's a stage where some of those learning moments are in your face, and they're tough, and he'll be better for it. The stuff is good. The execution, maybe out of the strike zone at times, needed to be a little bit better. Oxford settled things down. That was, almost 5 innings, and his longest outing, and he's gotten better. Joe Charles came in, got the right-handed hitter. I think got a fly out to left maybe, the guy he faced, and that settled things down. And Holtz has been more confident. I think we talked about that not too long ago. He's growing and learning what this feels like, and that breaking ball is really, really special and unique, and he can rip it in there to righties and lefties, and it's really good. Max and Tibbs, I think that moment where Tibbs hit the home run felt like it was a big moment. There were many good offensive days here, but that felt like it was very important. Cantu, the little bunt to move the guys. There were a lot of things that happened. Cantu's base running after his double to, advance on the dirt ball read or wild pitch and score on the same thing, a good moment. But up and down the lineup, you found quality at bats. Our defense, the ball in the air, we didn't communicate well. We should be fighting over some of those fly balls. We were not on that today. It was kind of odd. I hadn't seen that. I think Tibbs may have had a tough time finding the one in right. And, as infielders, we have to continue to climb out there and go get them. And the one at the plate, I didn't see us really battling for those. And there's a priority system in place and a way to communicate, and we need to be better with that facet. But good win to have Lauk start this thing and get us into it, and the rest of the arms clean it up and tidy it up. I'm really proud of how this went today.
You guys have had so many huge innings like this season, but this was a game where it was just like 1 run, 2 runs, 1 run, 2 runs.
We scored essentially. We didn't score in the 8th. Did we?
First 7.
Yeah. You don't see that. You just don't. There's something every time you walk out here that you may see that's very unique. That can happen, but against a team as talented as them, it's really hard. So you're probably going to have a tough time against those caliber of arms in the way they matched up with us to score in like huge bunches. But it does tell you about the consistency of the at-bat overall and the hit by pitches, and there's other ways that you can reach base. But it was pretty steady all day, and it allows us to just peskily score like here and there. And there was a lot of here scoring. It was well done offensively.
What adjustments has Brendan made over the last year that's allowed him to become this kind of extended reliever?
I think consistent opportunities, probably more than anything else. He has a good riding fastball, and he has a good firm slider, and he'll show the changeup. He controls the running game, and he just becomes more the confidence in knowing yourself. The better you know yourself and can execute your best stuff, the more consistent you are. And I think that's what he's done. And then he's gotten opportunities. The opportunities now have been longer opportunities, and he's going to continue to get those. So he's learning himself. I think he's got a better sense of his slider. He knows how to use the fastball and where it seems to work best. And Micah calls a good game for him. And when he gets that changeup in play here and there, it gets the righties off some of the other stuff. But He's experienced. He's seen this at the highest levels, and he's answered for us a lot.
I know. I think Connor had a stretch there where he wasn't used a ton out of the bullpen, but has really been used a lot and been up for the challenge every time recently. What can you say about what's been working for him recently?
Well, every pitcher has a profile that works, and his is predominantly that breaking ball, and it's tight, hard, big, late, and when he can get that thing going, then he shows that fastball, and it plays up a good bit. And he's also very athletic and handles himself well. Again, I think it's like Ox. It's maybe some more consistent opportunities, and he's entering games and situations that show how confident we are in him.
How impressed were you with the way that the left-handed hitters fared against Schlesinger and kind of that funky slot he comes from?
It was tough. And the lighting for both teams is tricky there when the shadows and the sun in the shadow. You have everything working, and as that sun moves, the shadows and the glares and stuff move with it. So it's tricky in the early part of the game. Thought our guys hung in there really, really well. Really well. All righties, lefties, to stay in there and hang in there when that ball is essentially starting almost behind you with that slot is probably how it feels and looks. And the slider says a lot about their toughness to hang in there. That's a group that showed me something today. When we walked out of the meeting in the scouting report, we knew we had our hands full. That's tough. And to see the lefties hang in there says a lot about them. Like, you got to be tough to hang in there and grind it out, and it was really good.
I'm sure you have a lot on your mind when you're out there making a pitching change, but did you sense the appreciation the crowd showed for Ox when he came out?
Absolutely. The moment I started out there, like, they knew, and we have the best fans in the country because they appreciate the details of the game. And that's a detail of the game, and they knew that his time was up, should have been up, and he answered for us, and it was a really cool moment for him.